This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's the final round of the Alberta Classic. All set to go. We take you to the first hole. Frank, this is where you want to be, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the challenge. This is the beauty of the game. Take your best golf against the rest. See who comes out on top.
Starting this final round with the lead. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
That's fine. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down.
One looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Here at the par 3 second hole, just about 170 yards. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Pretty good shot right there. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, Frank, as we get to the third hole here at par 5, it feels to me like you need to be at a minimum 1 under through the first 3 holes or you're losing ground in the field.
You're exactly right. Chance here for birdie or eagle, too. This is one of those holes you can just wind it up, let it fly. And you'll certainly get a good reward with a big tee shot.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Second shot here on the par 5 third at Banff Springs.
Even though the green's protected by bunkers on the left, everything sort of kicks from the player's right to the left. So you can land that ball on the right section of the green, allow it to feed towards the flag.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. And this is a green light special.
And it makes the green in regulation. You always like that. Count it as a birdie. And now back over to the fourth. A couple of red numbers already on the scorecard. Could not ask for a better start to this final round.
And in the thick of things, too. Playing well, swinging well. Iron shots are good. Plenty of opportunities out there. Just what you would give just to make a few more putts.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult line. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. He's made it. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the fifth hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the third bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Coming off a bogey here yesterday, chance to make it right. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there, or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards in the fairway.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. Drops it in for birdie. Now to the long par 5 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And let me think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Had a birdie here yesterday. In there close. Great opportunity for another one. Getting set now over the putt. Well done. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. You know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, you might have worked that.
So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. Let's see if he can redeem himself.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of shoot of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
Sit sneak.
Just didn't read that one quite right.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Score that a birdie. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank Hill be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Birdie try up next. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday. This one has a good line.
Bang, right in the back of the cup, Frank.
Unbelievable.
Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the two little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Wasn't that hard a shot.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunk on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
All right, Frank, another chance to make something happen here at the 12th.
You could come in here a little low, try and skip it back towards the flag as it starts to narrow up to the back of the green. But anything a little underneath the flag, maybe slightly to the right of it, is going to be a better place to putt from.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Hit a bogey. Good effort and a good par putt. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. If you hit it anywhere on that, you can have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
And setting up here in the rough.
The lie pretty much dictated the result. Thick rough, tough to get that all the way to the green.
Trying to muscle it out of there, but you had to be Schwarzenegger to get that one done. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round.
Bogey there, Frank, but really not a big deal as we look at the leaderboard. Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called Wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Settles in over the putt.
You'd like that one again.
Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. Not going so well for him. He has this for bogey.
In this situation, the bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot.
He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of there.
This is a good-looking shot.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round.
That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker, you should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Birdie try again here today. Looks like he just misread that.
Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. And we've set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with the second shot. Really a chance to have a fast finish.
Took the big stick off the tee, but still challenging short second shot coming up here, Frank.
A much shorter second shot here on 17, Rich. But because that green's elevated, you've actually got to be that much more precise with this pitch.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of two things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
Not terrible, but not his best.
An outside chance really for birdie, but really it's a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Those keep the round going, those par putts. Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the International Challenge. And now we go down to the first hole. Getting ready to start the round, Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the round as quick as you can.
And it's tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
That is a beauty, a real beauty.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Just a couple of feet.
Even par early on.
And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391 yards second.
Yeah, it's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers. All 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
Excellent looking shot here.
And that's going to stay on the fairway with the second hole. Chance to get it close here.
Frank, the Open Championship will be played at Royal Troon in 2016. It was first played back in 1923. What was first prize then?
A mere 75 pounds, so that equates to about $150 US. And just to give you an idea, the last time they played there, Rich, was back in 2004 when Todd Hamilton beat anything else. He got a whopping 720,000 pounds. That's right, nearly $1.5 million.
The money's nice, but every player would tell you, Frank, it is still all about that claret jug.
It is, and that's actually suited the Americans because since 1962, they've been to Troon 6 times, and 6 times the victor has been American.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Back over now to the 4th. Couple of birdies already on the card. Still early, Frank, but we've seen some solid play.
This is exactly how you want to start the first round of the tournament, Rich.
No troubles there. Right in the fairway here at the 4th. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Wouldn't say that was his best, but not bad either. On the green and with a putt. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. This one's tracking. Now to the par 3 fifth. Frank, what are you trying to do here?
Really, anything on this green is going to give you a birdie putt. So allow for the bounce and roll. Just avoid those 3 bunkers on the left and that short one right.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Settles in over the putt. Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, it's all about the difficult rough off the right-hand side of the green here at the hole they call the slopes.
Yeah, 600 plus yards par 5, so really you don't want to be flirting with that right side.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
That's an absolute beauty.
He's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
So a tester from 4 feet. Little extra pep in the step right now with that birdie leading the tournament.
It might be temporary, but another one of those, and it just might be permanent.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that 2nd shot.
But still not done. A good 3rd shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
that is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. Getting set now over the putt.
In this situation, the bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Frank, the 8th hole, it is one of the most famous in the world, the little postage stamp, par 3.
Yeah, the front part of this green's the widest, Rich. Then it starts to narrow up. So you never know. Maybe going a little lower if you're going to go towards the back of the green. But really, if you're going to air it, you want to first third, first half of the screen.
Yeah, you don't want to come in too hot and roll it off the back.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Solid play, heart of the green. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. So hanging in down the stretch with a par. Frank, how does the front nine finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 ninth is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right, just one bunker down the left to be avoided.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frankie's cranking it and banking. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Can't hide the flagstick from that
It was just unbelievable that never deviated offline.
one. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, so close. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
That's a heck of a poke right there. 310 yards and in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. Early part of his back nine and a good approach shot. He'll have this for birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, please tell me that I'm not supposed to aim at the gorse on the left side here at 11.
Oh, yes, you do, Rich, but you better keep that ball in the air, and it better stay in the air for a long time. That's the line to the fairway. This is a long par 4.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's
Good chance now for a birdie. That was a outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just a couple of feet.
Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side that has to be avoided.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
But a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
What a shot right there. Beautifully done. Frank, break down the par 4 13 for us.
Another par 4 that bends to the right. Lots of undulation on this fairway. This is the first of 6 straight holes that head in the direction of the clubhouse.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. The second shot now to the par 4. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Did the job right there. Heading for home now, Frank. The par 3 14, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you're really worried about, that narrow the front of the screen there. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Superb shot. Once again, and only about 15 feet away, for a birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
That was well judged, wasn't it? Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable. Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
Frank, this is a position where the player is absolutely licking his chops. So a good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
That's a birdie. That's a good position from which to make a weekend move. Comfortably inside the cut line. Still with plenty of time left in this tournament. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open, Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
About 120 yards to the hole. Just a bit offline.
Well, the hard work's coming up now, though. It's a long way away.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Locked in on the read and the speed. Time to regroup. That's a double bogey. '17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3.
Good looking shot right here. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, I thought he had that.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
He has this attempt for par. 7 under on the day. Frank, you've played in and contended at so many major championships. It's not a major if the finishing hole doesn't present a real challenge. What do you think of Royal Troon's finishing hole?
Well, it's not just the 18th hole, Rich, too. It's 16, 17, and 18, because the prevailing breeze, especially at the Open Championship time of the year, which is the second week in July, is normally back into it. So you look at that 464 yards, that's well bunkered off the tee, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, into a puffer breeze, and you've got yourself a great finishing hole.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway.
Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of the screen, because it might just be out of bounds.
Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.